Hey guys, it's johtojonny. Okay, I don't actually talk like that, but can you imagine if I did? Anyways, we have some awesome news to go over today. Pokemon Legends EA just got some more footage released, as well as some new screenshots, so we're going to take a look at it together and talk about what all they show us. Now, the new clip comes exclusively from the official Japanese website for Pokemon Legends EA, on that version only, for some reason. Now, Game Freak's been known to do this in the past, so we can't be too surprised, but shout out to Nate the J for catching this and sending it to me. All of you who watch my videos religiously and purposely send me these hidden gems, you know who you are. I just want you to know it means the world to me that you care enough to send these in so that I specifically get to see them and come on here to talk about it with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the footage now. You know, it's kind of funny because I was just writing a script for another video that you'll all see soon, and one of the things I'm going to mention in that vid is how I still can't quite visualize what it will feel like to play this game moment to moment. And as if to answer my curiosity, at least a little bit, this footage dropped and really gives us some decent insight into exactly that. I think I can better grasp now what it's gonna feel like to play now that we have some just uninterrupted footage of us running around the world and then sparking a combat encounter. And that's basically all this clip is, an unfiltered, uninterrupted look into the seamless transition to and from battle while roaming the world. Well, actually that's not completely true. There's a weird jump cut in here, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Now, I should mention, this clip still doesn't answer all of my questions though. So, unless Game Freak wants to spy on me again and give us even more clips showcasing some other things I'll be asking about in tomorrow's video, then those aspects will still remain an enigma for now. In the meantime, let's jump into exactly what we've learned from this footage. Right off the bat, I think it's safe to say that the most glaring detail revealed here is what happens if you don't catch a Pokemon after knocking them out. As you'd expect, kind of, the wild Pokemon will faint if it's not caught in the allotted time. Now, here's where that jump cut comes in though, because it distorts what would have otherwise been a fully clean clip of this encounter. It's safe to say, at least, that even before the jump cut kicks in, we very clearly have a very large window of time to catch the Pokemon before it faints. The jump cut just stops us from knowing exactly how long that time is. I will say that after the cut, we see that the move info on the right of the screen is just starting to fade out as it faints, so I went back to previous footage and, previous trailers and timed how long it takes for that last line of info to disappear after a match finishes. And in those clips, it takes about 5 to 6 seconds for that. However, when timing this new clip, it lasts for 6 seconds even before the jump cut, and then if you add in the faint animation and the fade of the text on the side after the jump, it's more like 8 seconds, and that 2 seconds makes a difference. And we know the jump cut didn't go back in time at all because we see the trainer look at Chikorita only after that jump cut. Wow, I'm saying jump cut a lot, but you know what? That's what we're here to talk about. So all this is to say though, the timing from previous footage was either changed in a newer build, or is just timed different depending on if the Pokemon is caught or not, or even maybe some other factors. Either way, in total, we seem to have somewhere between 5 to 8 seconds to catch a Pokemon after beating it. That's a lot of time, but be warned, this might vary depending on the Pokemon that we're facing. Another big detail I noticed is that in this footage, they once again removed the turning animation from our Pokemon after they win a battle. I don't know if this clip is older or newer than the footage that we saw in the last trailer where Mawile used its turning animation. But I really hope they do use them after they finish the match, because it will very much take me out of the experience every time to watch my Pokemon rotate on an axis without moving their limbs. Last time we saw this was in Sword and Shield, and as we all know, that was unacceptable. On the bright side, we now have confirmation of how our Pokemon dodge. It really does seem to be the case that they simply follow you around. And I assume if you didn't move, then they wouldn't bother dodging the enemy attack. That's a little weird of a concept to me, but seeing it in action here, it doesn't look half bad, especially with how cute Chikorita looks following us. But finally, let's take a look at this new screenshot. We have insight into several things from this. For one, this shows that photo mode will also have the option to operate separately from our character, rather than them only having the option to hold the phone as a selfie cam or with a selfie stick. That's intuitively a huge step up from Scarlet and Violet's photo mode. The menu options seem like standard fare, so I won't really talk about them much, but I will say I do enjoy seeing a music option there. It'll be cool if the Pokemon react to the music as well, like they did in Scarlet and Violet, and hopefully, of course, I hope we have some actual bops this time around for the music options. Our trainer is resting on the bench while our Pokemon rest on the ground. This is congruent with what we saw in the last trailer, where we saw that we could take them out with us when we sit on the bench. Once again, we still don't know exactly how this will function. Is this automatic? Do we choose which Pokemon to take out and where? Can they move around? These are the things we need to know, and the screenshot does not have the answers, sadly. The Pokemon are positioned very differently from how we saw them in previous trailers, so I can safely say that one of those things I just listed is true, but we just don't know which one yet. Regardless, if there were any details you notice in this footage or screenshots, please comment them down below so we can all take a look and discuss together. Afterwards, check out more of my videos like my full breakdown of the newest trailer, linked right in front of you now and in the pinned comment. If you'd like to help me out as well and have your name listed at the end of all of my videos, please consider joining my Patreon with the link in front of you or in the description, or you can become a channel member right here on YouTube. I've been johtojonny, and I will catch you all there.